everyone, my name is Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we have a game haul. So I think earlier this month or the end of December, I posted my Steam Wrapped for the year, which had all of my different stats, all the different games that I played in 2025. And I've been tracking my game stats for a couple years now, myself as well as the Steam stuff. And I've also been tracking the hauls that I should be doing for games, but I've never actually hauled it on this channel, so this is going to be a little bit different than things that you normally see, but I have all of my games that I purchased in 2025, and I figured I should at least go over that so we have a little record of it, and then maybe we'll see if I want to include maybe quarterly hauls when I do my normal quarterly stats. You guys let me know. But yeah, we're gonna jump right on in. I purchased 65 games in the year of 2025. This does mean that I spent $356.64, which is 10% of the amount that I spent on books in 2025. So yeah, it still does seem like quite a bit, but it's not necessarily horrible in my opinion. I did play 25% or 16 games of the ones that I did purchase, so we will go through all of those as well. I have been actually checking where I acquire them from. 63 of them are from Steam, which makes sense. That is where I get the majority of my PC games, and then 2 of them were actually Kickstarters from prior to this year, so I didn't spend any money on those this year, but they came in at the beginning of 2025. I also checked how many games I purchased per month, so I bought 1 in January, 5 in February, 1 in March, 7 in April, 3 in May, 27 in June. I'm pretty sure that was some sort of summer sale on Steam, because that is quite a bit, but I don't think I spent too much on that. 3 in July, 6 in August, 3 in September, 7 in October, 1 in November, and 1 in December. So not too bad for those. I also have been tracking whether I think something is worth it or not. Again, when we go through all the individual games, I will definitely talk about that. But this is games that I bought and played. Do I think it was worth it for what I spent on those games? 10 of them I said yes. 5 of them I said it depends on the price and what you think of the game, and then 1 of them I said no, I just do not think it was worth it. So those are the stats that I have, but let's actually jump into everything that I purchased for games in 2025. So starting in January, I did purchase Afterparty. This is from the same creators as Oxenfree, which is the reason I purchased this. I believe it was on sale when I did purchase it. I have not played it yet, but it's definitely story-based, and I think it's about some sort of demon pact or something. I don't know. I want to play it and see. Moving into February, we're starting with some free games that I picked up. I have At Winter's End, which I do believe is story-based. Check It Out, which is, I think, also story-based, but it's also going to be some sort of supermarket type of thing. I don't know. It was free. Then we have Mizi No, which I did play, and I talked about it as well. This is one of those ones that it was free, and it's sort of short, but it's puzzles, and if you want to, you can then have paid DLC, so more puzzles. I think it was definitely worth it to start with the free one. It was very good. The puzzles actually get more and more complicated each time you go. I do want to look into getting more of the DLC stuff, so that one was definitely a good one to check out. Then I also got Lost Records, Bloom, and Rage, which I also think was worth it. I did pay, I think, the pre-order price for this, which I think was a little bit cheaper than full price. I paid $36. I did not finish this one yet because I finished tape 1 within 3 days, and then it took about a month or so, maybe 2 months, for the tape 2 to come out, and I played some of it, and then my computer died and we had to have stuff fixed, and then I just never re-downloaded it onto the computer to play with again. But I definitely do want to finish it. It's the same creators of Life is Strange, the original Life is Strange, and I really, really enjoyed that one, so definitely worth it. My last one for February was one of the Kickstarter ones that I got in. So again, did not pay anything for that one this time, but I did previously. And that was Odd Fauna. So this one, again, I have not played through yet. I think this is technically like early access that we've gotten it, because I think they're still doing some updates and things like that. But I paid for it back in 2021. And we got it in February of 2025. So it's been a little while. But this one is like, you take care of the plants and stuff on this like creature's back. It's very intriguing, and I definitely need to play through that. In March, I had one game, and that was actually another Kickstarter that came in. This is Grimoire Groves. I purchased it on Kickstarter, like funded it on Kickstarter in 2023, and we got it in March of 2025. So again, did not pay for anything for that this year. That one I do believe is a little bit more farming. Again, have not played it yet. Moving into April, the first one I have here is Grim Legends: The Forsaken Bride. I did play this one. I actually got it for $2.99, which I think it was definitely worth it at that price. However, I think the normal price is like almost $20 or something like that. For these games, I actually have a few of them. They're all search and find hidden object games. I think it was worth it at the $2-3 price. Probably not worth it at the $20 price. You only get like 2, 3, maybe 4 hours worth of game. And some of them, because they are older, like from the early 2000s, the storylines are not the best. But I did buy and play Grim Legends: Forsaken Bride. I also bought and played Demon Hunter: Chronicles from Beyond, and Endless Fables: The Minotaur's Curse. So I played those, again, got all of them for around between like $1.50 to $3. I also did purchase some more hidden object things that I just did not start yet. I have The Secret Order 2 Masked Intent. Again, got it on sale for about $3.74. I also have Dreamwalker Never Fall Asleep. Again, got it for around $3.74 when it was on sale. I also have My Brother Rabbit, which I had looked into previously. I don't think this is one that is part of a series. A lot of these hidden object games are part of a series. This one's not, and it looks a little bit more fantastical. And then I also got and purchased Family Mysteries: Poisonous Promises. So that's another hidden object games that I actually did play. Again, because I got it on sale for around $3, I think it is worth it at that price. Probably not at the full price. And actually all of those hidden object games I bought in April, and those are the only things that I bought in April. I was very into those apparently. Moving into May, I have some free games again. So the first one I have is Lovebirb. This was my worst game of 2025. It was free. I do not think it was worth it. The thing is, the mechanics don't work. The actual concept of the game is intriguing. You play as this bird trying to date and like doing it like blind dating on like almost like an app sort of thing, and then you go out on these dates, and the characters that you have to date are like random. So weird. Like, the concept is very intriguing. The actual mechanics, you're supposed to do it as a timed like dance music type of thing. They do not work on time. I could not get through hardly any of the actual mechanics of it because it was not on beat. And like, that was the whole point of it. It was impossible to do. I will say that there was some funny dialogue choices for when you failed the mechanics, but like failing the mechanics every single time and not being able to progress was very annoying. So I liked the concept, but for the actual execution of it, I hated it. The next one for May I have here is Fayburrow. Again, it was free. I did not play it yet. I do not remember much about this one, but I've been trying to play through a little bit more of the free ones lately, so I need to do that. My last one for May, again, was free. I did play it. Keyframes Spring. This was one of my top games of 2025. This is a visual novel. There is going to be a little bit of romance and stuff eventually. This was technically a demo, but it is big enough that I feel like it's not exactly a demo. It's like the prequel almost to like what the game is going to be. So this is Keyframes Spring because you're in your spring semester of college and you have some like roommates slash friends, and then you go out and you meet these other people, these boys that are also going to be your friends, and like you have these different scenarios to then go out and like talk to the different people that you want to talk to. You're realistically only building the friendships at first. You can flirt a little bit. I absolutely loved every single character, both your friends and the love interests in this game. You also have this like personality quiz at the very beginning. So you have like 4 different personalities that you could be in the game, seasons basically. Like you could be considered an autumn or a summer or a spring or things like that. And based on the personality that you get, your basic dialogue, the things that are written in the story for you, the choices that you have can change a little bit in tone. Again, just really, really fun mechanics. I loved everything about it. The art style's gorgeous. The characters are amazing. 100% worth it. And I would have paid for that game and that part was free. I can't wait to see what they're gonna do next. Moving into June, I have Tavern Talk Tempest Tantrum. This is a DLC for Tavern Talk. I have not played this yet because I have not finished the original Tavern Talk, which I was actually playing in 2024. I need to get back into it, but it's one of those things like Coffee Talk where you do the story-based stuff, but you also make drinks for the people that come into your tavern, and I really enjoyed that. The next one I have here is Into the Emberlands. This is going to be more of like a puzzle sort of thing. Again, have not played that one yet. The next one I picked up is Dustborn. This is by Quantic Dream, which did Detroit Become Human. Again, one of my favorite games of all time. This is going to be very much story-based. It looks sort of post-apocalyptic. I have not played it, so I don't know yet. Then I also have Sqeakross, which I have been playing, have been loving, 100% worth it. It's nonogram pie cross type of gameplay style, but all of the puzzles that you do are actually like furniture that you build, and then you can actually furnish your mouse/rat's house. I absolutely love it. I did not pay full price. I think this one I paid like the pre-order, like first release price, so it was just like slightly off, like 10% off or something like that. 100% worth it. Loved it. Then I picked up Gamedec, which is going to be a sci-fi game. I picked this one up because there was a different game that I tried out, Rue Valley, which was like a demo, and I was super into that, needed to wait for it to come out, and I was just curious about what other games this company has done, and they did Gamedec. I have not played it yet. I do think I got it on at least partial sale in June. I think pretty much all these June ones were very close to like when we were having like a summer sale, so yeah. The next one I picked up is Dreamsweeper. This is a type of Minesweeper game that I have not played yet, but again, it was on sale. I definitely picked that up. I also picked up The Altars. This is probably one of the biggest games that I bought in 2025. I have not played it yet because they were doing some updates and things, so I did just put it to the side for now, but I played the demo. I don't think I played it on camera. I think I played it by myself, but I was absolutely loving it. It is sci-fi, and you are like one person left on this like planet, and you have to try and survive to get to the like pickup spot. And in order to do that, you end up making clones of yourself, but you can change them a little bit. Like you go into your past and pick a different choice so that the clone that comes out is slightly different than you, like in their career and things like that. So like if you are an engineer and you need a doctor, you go back and you change it. I love the concept, and so I definitely need to play that one this year. I also picked up Nova Hearts. This is going to be a visual novel, I think with some romance and things like that. I played the demo of this one, again, by myself, not on camera. Absolutely love the demo, and so I had to pick that up. I also picked up Grim Legends Song of the Dark Swan. This is the second Grim Legends ones. I played the first one in 2025. I did not play this one yet, but again, it was on sale. I picked it up. Hidden Object Games. I also picked up Paper Trail, which is going to be more of a puzzle game where you're trying to like fold the paper and stuff to go where you're going. I also picked up Dicey Dungeons, which I have played, is worth it. I did not put that in there, so everything else moves up a little bit on things that I did play or not. I'm now at 26% played. That's not changing too much. But this one is, you are a type of dice and you can be a warrior, I think is the first one, and I think there's like a rogue, but it's like a card building game almost with your dice. Like each dice has certain abilities and you have to roll the dice in the game and then pick which abilities you're doing first and defeat. It's like a dungeon crawler type of thing. I really liked it. I did get it on sale, but it was really fun. It has lots of replay value. I also picked up Summer Paws, which I think is another like hidden object type of game. I have not played this one yet, but I got it on sale for like $1.20 something, so of course I picked that up. I also picked up Death Trick Double Blind. This is going to be another sort of visual novel, but like circus based. I also picked up Ether 1, which I don't know much about, but I know it's some sort of mysterious walking simulator with a story. I also picked up Closer the Distance. This is another one that I played a little bit of a demo on, and I just was very curious about it. It will be very story-based. I think it's sad, but I don't 100% know. I also picked up Prose Codes, which is definitely going to be more of a puzzle game based on like codes and words. I also picked up Stray Gods Orpheus, the DLC for Stray Gods. I did not finish that one yet, but it is like a musical mythology based one, and I was really enjoying it, so I need to do that. I also have Duck Detective, The Secret Salami. So this one looks just adorably cute, and it has a mystery, obviously. Also picked up Endless Fables 2, The Frozen Path. I did play this one. Again, all of these hidden object ones I do think are worth it for the sale price. There's not a ton of replay value. It doesn't have a ton of hours worth of story, but I did enjoy that one. I also picked up Enigmatis, The Ghosts of Maple Creek, another hidden object one that I have not played yet, but I got it on sale. I picked up Dead in Bermuda, which is a puzzle-based game. I picked this one up because it was on sale for like $1.50, and I think there's a new game potentially coming out in 2026 or something like that, with the same sort of mechanics. And so I want to try this one out. It's some sort of like survival puzzle-based game. I also picked up Subverge, which is another sort of story-based puzzle game, but like underwater in a submarine sort of thing. I picked up The Root Trees Are Dead. This is a mysterious puzzle-based one where you like need to actually solve stuff with like family trees and like searching on the computer and things. I don't know, it sounded very, very intriguing. I then also picked up the DLCs for Logic Town, which I have been playing. I've actually been playing through the DLCs last year. I'm still playing them this year in January. Definitely worth it. I love those logic-based puzzles where it's like, Sandra has this coffee, but not this Danish, so you have to figure out who has what. Yeah, no, just absolutely love it. Definitely worth it. Also, another puzzle-based game that I got is called Mega Mosaic, which is sort of like a pie cross nonogram type of thing where they give you a number and it'll tell you how many of the like square of 9 that number is in is highlighted or not. And that's really all it is. And it's Mega Mosaic because it's huge. So that's something that I play a lot when I'm listening to audiobooks and I don't have maybe like a chore or something to do. Again, definitely worth it. I got that for like $2. I also picked up Lost Words Beyond the Page. I heard that this one's really good for like readers and stuff because it is again going to be story-based and puzzle-based, but it's all based on the words and journals and stuff that's going on. I just find it very intriguing, so I definitely got that. I also picked up Call of the Sea, which is another sort of adventure puzzle-based game. I think this is another one that has something else coming from these creators in the next year or so, and so I was very intrigued by the previous, and so I picked that up. Moving into July, I picked up more free games. So the first one I have here is Paper Lily. Apparently this is an RPG sort of horror game. It was free. I picked it up. I also have Down the Rabbit Hole Flattened, which is going to be like an Alice in Wonderland type of one. It's called Flattened because I guess it used to be VR or something, and this one is something you can play on the computer. And I also picked up Forget Me Nots, which is again going to be like another story-based puzzle game. I love those, so of course I picked it up. It was free. Moving into August, the first one I have is Drops of Death. This is another visual novel story-based thing with some romance. I did play this already, so I have talked about it on my channel. Definitely worth it. And this is like you play out the game. At the very beginning of the game, there is a murder, and the murderer tries to come after you. You escape, and then you are living about your life knowing that this person is out there. There are people trying to help you. You have your best friend, you have like the detective, all this kind of stuff. There's 4 different people that you can romance. The thing is, one of them is the murderer, but you don't know who it is, and it changes each time. It is random. Once you play through the game once, you can actually pick who you want to be that, because you can then see all the different choices that you can make. You can romance the actual murderer as well. I loved the idea of that so much. I played through most all of that, have almost every single ending. I also picked up Is This Seat Taken? This is a puzzle game where they give you these little characters, these little shapes, and the seats, and then they tell you if they want to sit next to somebody specific or if they don't want to sit next to somebody who is stinky or has too much music, and you have to then puzzle out where everybody has to sit. I loved the demo. I had to pick that up. I also picked up Gemporium. This one I also played in a demo. I think I played the demo of Is This Seat Taken, Gemporium, and then the next one we're going to talk about all in the same demo. I'll link it down below in case you want to see. But Gemporium, you're a little mole and you have to go excavate gems and polish them and sell them because you inherited like your grandma's company or whatever it was and she owes money. So like you have to go do that. But it was so nice with the mechanics of all that. I loved it. And then the next one, again, in the demo that I played as well, Tiny Bookshop. I know everybody has been loving Tiny Bookshop. I have not played it besides the demo, mostly because it got so hyped with everybody. I wanted to play it on the channel because like books and games, obviously, but it's been so hyped. But basically, yeah, you run a little tiny bookshop and you have to stock your shop with books. It will depend a little bit on like what area you are in, depending on like what type of genre you should have in stock more. I just love the idea of it. I think most of the books in the game are real books from real life, although I think some of them are also ones that like the characters in the game created, but I just love the idea. Then I also picked up Road 96, which is a like Choices Matter adventure game. I heard there are so many different endings and things for this one. I got it for $4, so like, yeah. I also picked up Samsara Room for free. I believe this is in the Cube Escape world. I'm not at that point yet because I have been playing them all in order, but it was free and I'm going to have to do that eventually, so I did pick that up. Moving to September, I have Andromeda 6. I absolutely loved it. This was my favorite game of 2025. Again, visual novel with some romance. It is technically in early access. There are currently 9 chapters done out of what is supposed to be 10. So you can play through a ton of game with this. There are 7 different love interests, but it's not finished. I've absolutely loved it. It's like a sci-fi Anastasia type of thing. So good. I also picked up Dog Walk. I have played this one now. I had not played it at the end of 2025, so I'm not gonna click that I did play it. It was free. I will put that out there. It was free. I played it a couple days ago, actually. I finished it in like 13 minutes. It was very cute. The mechanics were adorable, but it was very short. I do think it was worth it because it was free and it was very cute, but I finished it in less than 15 minutes. Then I also picked up Guild Wars 2. I've had Guild Wars 2 before. I did not technically play it last year, but I did say I've played it before. It is worth it, especially since you can get the base game for free on Steam. There are other DLCs that you can get. You don't have to. I still think they're worth it, but I used to have Guild Wars 2 on like CD-ROM and like you had to put it in the computer and things. I love it. I haven't played it in a while, but when I saw that it was free and I could just have it in my Steam library, I did pick that up. Moving into October, I think we had another sale around October. I picked up Ringo's Roundup, another puzzle game. This one is going to be like a rabbit in a little truck and you have to put pieces down on the floor to tell it where to move. I also picked up Endless Fables 3 Dark Moor, another hidden object game. I also played that in January, so it's not marked on here. Again, I got it for $3.74. It's definitely worth it for those games as long as you're not playing full price. And this is actually one of my favorite of the hidden object games that I've bought so far. This one was actually a little bit scary as well. It was just a really good one. Then I picked up Zero Sum Heart. This is going to be sort of more of a visual novel story-based situation. I don't know too much about it, but it was on sale and it looked intriguing with the art style. I also picked up The Crush House. This one is where you run a like Love Island sort of TV show type of thing, but you have to like make your decisions based on like what audience choices there are there. Like you're the producer on the show, and I'm pretty sure it mentions something about like there might be more to it than you think. I'm curious. I also picked up Polymines 2 in October. I personally did not like this one. I played Polymines, the first one, the year before in 2024. This is just a puzzle game where I think they tried too much to make it hard because some of the rules and things that you have in here are just like, it's a question mark because you don't know. I don't like the puzzle games where you have to like guess. And that one, because of the way it went, I had to guess too much. Maybe other people are able to see a pattern that I was not able to see. So that one I actually ended up DNFing because it was too much too quickly. Like they didn't make it so that you can work your way through it easier. Yeah. I also picked up Strange Horticulture on sale, obviously, because Strange Antiquities, I think, was coming out. I had watched somebody do a playthrough of Strange Horticulture, but it's been a little while now, and I know I want to play it for myself, so I did pick that up. It's going to be more of a puzzle-based game. Some of the choices that you make can influence the way the story goes. I also picked up Times and Galaxy, and this sees you being sort of like a sci-fi newspaper editor. There are going to be different stories that happen across all this like space area, the galaxy stuff, and you have to decide sort of like what goes where and what stories are featured. I just think that's very, very intriguing. Moving into November, I have one game. I picked up The Gunk for $1.24. This is a game that has mixed reviews and things. It looks like it's sci-fi adventure based. There's something with gunk. I got it for like $1, so I definitely just wanted to try that out. And then the last thing I have here, I got in December, I got for free, and that is Poco. This is a cute little clown. It's a point and click adventure game. That's all I really know about it. It was free, so I did pick that up. And so, like I said, that is everything. I will try and maybe do my hauls quarterly with the game stats that I do, just because this is probably a longer video than it needed to be if I kept up with it throughout the year. But yeah, 65 games, 17 played in the same year, a couple more added now that I've done since then in January, for a total of $356.64, which again is better than what I've spent on books at least, but is still a little bit up there. So yeah, let me know if you guys like this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to see more videos. I have videos coming out Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so I will see you then. Bye!